Act 1.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And one goes hence.
Tomorrow as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see, look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He's that coming must be provided for, and you shall put that this night's great business into my discipline.
Pause. After Lady Macbeth hears what the witch has told Macbeth, she tells Macbeth that in order to be king, he must act innocent but secretly be corrupt. She also tells Macbeth that she should be in charge of that night's murder. This shows how much power can corrupt, because even Macbeth's wife wants to help kill the king.
We will establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland.
The Prince of Cumberland, that is the step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap. For in it my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires, let not light see my black and deep desires.
Pause. Since the witch has told Macbeth he should be king, Macbeth feels he must stop everyone in his way becoming king. Therefore, he must kill Malcolm, who is the heir to the throne. Clearly, Macbeth is corrupted by the power that he has promised because his greed leads to a great deal of violence.
Malcolm and Donovan, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them the suspicion of the deed.
Gains to nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
Pause. Here you can see Ross' remark on how ambition can make one even murder one's own parent, without whom they would never have had life. He suspects Donovan and Malcolm of murdering their father Duncan, but his comment is applicable to Macbeth, the true murderer, as well. Ambition, pride, and most of all, the promise of power spur him to kill his own friend and king. This demonstrates to us how lust for power can prove a stronger motivation than love. For example, a class outcast might leave their one real friend if they were offered a spot in the popular clique.
I dreamt last night of the weird sisters. To you they have shown some.
It is the fulfillment of the first prophecy of the witches that Macbeth would become Thane of Cawdor that cemented Macbeth's faith in their words and caused him to believe that the rest of their prophecy was true as well. Though for the most part he conceals it from Banquo in the scene, the power the witches have promised Macbeth is foremost on his mind. It is here in Act 2 that the viewer can see that the idea of being a powerful king has firmly taken root in Macbeth's mind. Moving forward in the play, he will become obsessed with it. He will become warped by power, and he will stop being the hero the reader knew in the beginning. There are witches in real life as well, who are ideas of society that urge us to seek more: popularity, money, possessions, etc. Corruption could show in the form of a government official abusing his power, or an elementary school kid urged by his or her friends to steal a candy bar.
Go.
Modern connections. Corruption of people in places of power is not limited to a single era or location. It is tragically commonplace, even in our own government. The US News article, After Quinn Brown, DC is fed up with corrupt politicians, by Elizabeth Block, highlights this. According to the article, a troubling number of days went by without a high-profile local political crime of corruption, fraud, or public integrity. 0. DC City Councilman Chairman Quinn Brown has been charged with both bank fraud and unlawful cash campaign expenditure. People's outrage at modern politicians abusing their power for monetary gain is not dissimilar to protest against Macbeth the tyrant.
Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo thy soul's flight. It find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Macbeth has just ordered the murderers to kill Banquo. Macbeth is corrupted with power because he has just ordered his best friend to be killed. He is being paranoid. He thinks Banquo knew he killed Duncan and that he wants his son Fleance to be king, as the witches said.
Thou hast it now, king, courtier, claimest all, as the weird woman promised. and I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy prosperity, but that myself be the root and father of many kings.
Banquo is talking to himself about how he fears Macbeth killed Duncan. He is corrupted with power because the witches put thoughts in his head that made him hungry for power. He thinks since Macbeth's prophecy came true from the witches, his will too. He wants to be powerful and he knows it can happen.
After World War I, Germany was suffering because of their economic and financial problems. Hitler used the Jews as a scapegoat. He unfairly blamed the Jews because of his high power in the government.
Macbeth is going to get more information from the witches because he wants to make sure he is securely on the throne.
He knows thy thought, hear speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the thane of fight, dismiss me enough.
He will not be commended. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth, 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 be bloody bold and resolute, laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Listen, but speak not to it.
Macbeth shall never be vanquished until great Burnham wood, to my disdain, who shall never against him.
Once he heard these three apparitions, he acted as if he was invincible, which often happens to people with as much power as he had. Modern connections. In the Hunger Games, President Snow uses his power in very bad ways. He forces each district into providing for his every need. All of the districts make something essential for living, and in doing so they are forced to live in old-fashioned ways. He knows that if the people are not scared of him, there will be uprisings. And so he scares them by creating a game where only one person comes out alive.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorred tyrant. With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by men that's of a woman born.
Pause. Macbeth has become very corrupt at this point in the play because of what the witches have told him through the apparitions, and he thinks he cannot die and is invincible.
Act 5, Quote 2. Go to, you have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes in Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh.
Pause. Lady Macbeth has been corrupted from her normal self with the guilt of the death of Duncan. Lady Macbeth has gone crazy to the point where she can no longer live with herself. In Mean Girls, Katie Heron became corrupted when she became popular because she could do whatever she wanted and nobody really cared. This related to Macbeth because he was corrupted by the witches and did whatever he wanted when he was in power, and he was very corrupted.